Guys, I was just on my way home and I realized that we didn't set anything up for dinner tonight. I don't want ground beef. I don't want chicken or pork. I'm really wanting some really good, a little bit more elevated beef. So what am I going to do? I'm going to Sam's Club and I'm going to pick me up a roast. Come with me. Let's make some dinner. So I'm over here at the meat case and I'm looking for the fattiest, juiciest roast that I can find. It just so happens to be the one that's right here. I know I'm probably going to get some comments of someone that says there's a better one there, but I just wanted to show you what a roast looks like if you've never bought a chuck roast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go home, I'm going to throw it in the Instant Pot, and I'm going to show you the process along the way because it's simple, so simple. It takes just 20 minutes per pound, and we'll check it out and see how it goes.
Hey guys, we are home, we are settled, and I'm going to show you how to cook this roast. So on your Instapot, you are going to click saute, and then I would typically be adding some beef tallow here, but I'm actually going to be adding some lard because I ran out of beef tallow, and so I need to make some more or go pick up or go buy some. So I've thrown this lard in here. I'm waiting for this to warm up, and then I'm going to salt and brown this chuck roast. So while that heats up, while that gets ready, I'm just going to lather this in salt. Really guys, with the way you're cooking it, you can't put too much on it. I say that and watch me put way too much on it, but I'm just going to take it, salt it up, get it all nice and salty like my spirit is. And we can get that out of the frame shot because that's not pretty. So I feel some heat coming off here. So I don't know if you can hear that, but this meat is sizzling in here. So what I'm doing now is I'm just browning it on each side. And I'm gonna go through and show you just how simple this is, because we're gonna take it as we start realizing it's brown on one side, we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna brown it on the other side, then on the other side, and then we are going to cover this in water and we're gonna cook it. So as this is starting to brown on this one side, I wanted to share a little bit about my time with chuck roast. It took me a while to get used to want to eat it because growing up, it was a more lower income meat. It's now considered higher income, but back when I was growing up, we ate it all the time. We ate pot roast all the time, and it wasn't my most favorite thing to eat because we ate it so much as a kid. So as an adult, I honestly shied away from it. It wasn't until I started the carnivore diet that I really started to fall in love with it and craved it every now and then. And y'all are gonna find it a little weird of how I do it because I am actually going to be adding quite a bit more water to it because I like it more of like a meat soup than just a typical pot roast. Yeah, Jordan, you could have gotten some stew meat and done that, but with a chuck roast, I know that I'm going to be getting that fat and the intermuscular tissue and all that, and so it's just a really great cut of meat for us to use and to make this meal. So let's see if we are browned. Still need a little bit more. So I wanted something a little bit more elevated. I didn't want to pay for or buy a steak for tonight because I didn't want to do that. My word, why do these flies keep coming in? I don't know about you, but we have a horrible fly problem, as you can tell in most of my videos previously. And so I did not want to pay for a steak. I wanted something a little more elevated, so I got this chuck roast. And this is something so simple, but yet there's still a little bit of decadence to it because by you browning it, you get a good richness into the meat. Let's see. Of course, it's when I'm trying to record. It doesn't want to brown, but you need to just leave it alone. I'm not even following my own rules. Sit it there and leave it alone. And so from this point on, we're going to fast forward this and show you. All right, so the meat is finally browning. We want just some good browning on this side, just to where it gets that flavor, and we're gonna flip it and we're gonna brown it some more. All right, so now we've got it browned on all sides. All we're gonna do now is we are going to cover it. All right. So I thought 6 cups might have been needed, but 4 cups seems to be good. And now all we have to do is cover it up. Then we got to hit pressure cook. And then we are going to cook it for 1 hour. And then you want to make sure the seal is sealing, not venting. And then just so you know, it is 20 minutes per pound that you have on here. So we are going to leave it alone and we're going to come back and check out to see how lovely and juicy it is. All right, guys, the hour is up. And I have to be honest, the hour was up 1 hour ago. I didn't manage my time very well, and I realized that I had to get to church for a meeting. But the roast has completed. Just to talk you through how it finishes, once that hour is up, you will either come turn it off or just let it sit there and let it be on warm for 10 minutes to let some of that air naturally decompress from the pressure. And then you will come over and you will hit vent. You don't want to do that right away. You want to wait that 10 minutes because the last thing you want to do is explode steam all over your face and burn your face off. But even when you wait that 10 minutes, you want to come over and do it slowly, maybe even have a towel, stand back. You want to make sure you do that very carefully because that can burn you. But once that's completed, you have a wonderful roast. My family has already dug in. They're in the other room watching the Thunder game, go OKC. The way that we eat this, that I specifically eat this, is I love to put the roast beef in there. I love to add some of the broth because it has all the fat and collagen up in there as that roast broke down. And then I know a lot of people like to put butter in the Instant Pot as it cooks, but I like to finish it off with butter to where I can taste that butter in every single bite. And then I love, love, love to put some finishing salt on it. Guys, if you've never had finishing salt with your meat, I guarantee you it will change the way the texture of the taste and texture of that salty meat as you're eating it. This is Cornish sea salt. I get this one at Costco. I also have another one that I get from Amazon. It's Falk salt, F-A-L-K salt. And I'll share that with you guys at a later time. But I wanted for you guys to see this. This is such a wonderful, easy, and still elevated meal. It only takes 1 hour, really 1 hour, 1.5 hours when you factor in the sear time, then you factor in the rest time. But it really is such a good way to get in your carnivore for dinner. If you're wanting to have something elevated but don't have all day, because it is fantastic in a slow cooker where you put it in the slow cooker. You have to sear it on the stove yourself, but then you put it on the slow cooker for low on 8 hours or for high for 4 hours. But I love the texture that the Instapot gives off because I still like quite a bit of chew in my roast. Sometimes when I let it cook all day for the 8 hours, it just is kind of like meat mush, and I don't like that texture. But this is just a great way to enjoy a nice carnivore meal. That is so good. And all it is, beef, salt, water, and butter. It is fantastic. Guys, if you have never cooked a roast in Instapot, you need to try it. If you've never cooked a roast, period, you need to try it. It's just as good as Grandma's roast, but it's simple ingredients, and it's just a wonderful meal. I hope you guys have learned something. If anything, you can just see me in my real life and my lack of time management. But this is real life that I get to have. And as I say in my tag, it's real life and real results when you truly stick to it and find a groove in carnivore, even when it's chaotic. You come home and you enjoy the meat with your family. If you want to see me make something, I encourage you to post it in the comments and we'll see if we can make that happen. But until next time, go forth and carnivore. Bye, guys.